there, welcome to your Flex and Flow workout. Now, all you're going to need for your workout is a yoga block, a mat, and a light to medium band. So I'm going to go ahead and put my band on. Now, you have the option of placing the band either at your calves or above your knees. You never want to put the band around the knee. It's either below the knee, down to the ankle, or above the knee. And I'm going to start off on my back. As you can see, I'm already putting tension on the band. My heels are lined up with my butt bones, my knees are stacked. My crack is heavy on the mat, so I'm pressing down into my butt bones. My belly's tight to preserve my natural arch at my back. And I reach my rib cage towards the ground, my arms are down at my side. I take a deep breath in through the nose and I exhale. Again, belly breath, inhale, make the belly big, and exhale. Let the belly sink down. One more time. And exhale. Now I'm going to hold my belly in, and then I breathe into the chest. And exhale. Again, inhale through the nose, relaxing through the shoulders, and exhale. One last time, inhale through the nose, and exhale through the mouth as if I am fogging up a window. From here I inhale, and as I exhale I go into a pelvic tilt. So I start to curl my tailbone towards my head. I'm not going any higher than the waistband of my pants. And then I lower my tailbone back to the ground. I do it again. On the exhale, my belly stays drawn in. So I'm holding my bladder as I roll back. And then I rest the tailbone back. Again, exhale. This time I'm going to go into a bridge. So I'm going to roll without squeezing my bottom. I'm rolling up, getting past the waistband of my pants, getting past the lower back, rolling through the rib cage. And the higher I lift, my bottom will eventually kick in. So I don't need to help it along. Now, as I'm in my bridge, I'm standing on my shoulder blades. I'm not on my neck. And I'm getting the image of my hamstring threading through my inner thighs and reaching up towards the ceiling, and that always helps me lift higher without compromising my lower back. I inhale, and then as I exhale, I soften through my breastbone, right at the bra strap, and then I start to lower down. Keeping my tailbone curled until the waistband of my pants touches down, and then I let my tailbone uncurl and rest on the ground again. And then I do it again. I start with the curling tailbone. Belly's drawn in. I'm nodding my head so that my chin is down. I keep my belly in. I don't rush this process because I'm warming up my spine, preparing my pelvis for the work ahead. Using the inner thighs and the hamstrings to lift my hips toward the ceiling. And then I slowly soften through the bra strap and move lower down. Maintaining tension on the band. And then I do it one more time. Curling up. On my exhale, it's important that as I move, I exhale up. Keeping my belly in. Keeping tension on the band. Like I said, as I lift, the higher I get, the more my bottom will kick in. And I hold it here. I inhale, I lift my right heel, and then I lower. And then I do the same thing on the left. Keeping my hips lifted. Belly still drawn in. So I start to tap the heels. Keeping the toes on the ground. Keeping the hips lifted. I'll go 4 more. A 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Both heels are down. My hips are still up. I'm going to go into what I call a zip line. So I'm going to glide my hip to the right, go as far as I can to the right, and then I'm going to zip it across to the left. And then I'm going to glide my hip to the right, keep the hips the same height. And then I'm going to zip it across to the left. Let's do it one more time. Glide my hip to the right, and then I zip it across to the left. And then I inhale, come back center. I exhale and I lower down to the ground. Tailbone's the last thing to touch the ground. Then I bring my knees in towards my chest. I'm going to hold on to my shins. I'm going to take my knees as wide as the band will allow me to. And I'm going to bring my knees toward my chest, but I'm going to keep my butt bones down. So I'm not going to come in very far. And I'm pushing into the band, curling my toes toward my nose, keeping my butt bones down. So I'm not here, right, where my bottom is lifted and floating off the ground. My bottom is down. My belly's tight, preserving the arch, the lower back. And I hold it here. I take a deep breath in and exhale. Holding the knees in towards the chest, provided that my butt bones stay down. And I do it again. Inhale. And then exhale. And then I release. I lower my feet to the ground. Make sure my heels are in line with my butt bones, just the same way that I started. I'm going to do my zip line again, but this time I'm going to start on the left. So I inhale, and then I exhale, and I start to curl my tailbone towards my face. And I curl as much as I can without squeezing my bottom. And without lifting my hips. And then I go into my bridge. I inhale, and then I exhale, and I start to roll up into my bridge. My belly's drawn in, and I'm lifting. And I lift, using my hamstrings and my inner thighs to help me lift higher. And then, of course, my butt kicks in, and I can lift even higher. Once I find my position, I take a deep breath in, and as I exhale, I'm going to glide over to the left. Inhale, then exhale, zip across to the right. I do it again. I glide over to the left. And then I zip across to the right. I do it one more time. I glide to the left. Belly's tight. And then I zip across to the other side. And then I come back to the center. I inhale. And then I exhale and I roll back down. Good. Taking my time to make that happen. I inhale and exhale. I inhale, I'm going to glide my legs out, and exhale. Tension on the band, but crack is heavy. I inhale, I reach my arms overhead, keeping my ribs down, preserving the arch at my lower back. And then I exhale, I bring my arms toward the ceiling. I inhale, I nod my chin. I exhale, fold under my bra strap to roll up. And I reach forward. Grab hold of my toes, curl my toes toward my nose, and I stretch. And a seated forward fold. I inhale and exhale. Again, inhale. And as I exhale, I come on out. I'm going to crisscross my ankles and go into my child's pose. Now, while I'm in child's pose, I can fix my band and bring it back up towards my calf. I take a deep breath in and exhale. Again, deep breath in and exhale. 2 more breaths and exhale. 1 more breath and I exhale. I inhale, I look forward, I exhale. exhale, I glide forward into puppy pose. Now, puppy pose, your chin can rest on the ground or your forehead. I inhale, my hips are over my knee, and I exhale. Again, inhale, and exhale. Open the armpits, inhale, lengthen the neck, and exhale. One more time. Keeping tension on the band, and exhale. I inhale, I glide my palms back. I exhale, and I press up onto all fours. I inhale, and as I exhale, you can either curl your toes or point. I'm going to bring my tailbone forward, just like I did before, but as you can see, my upper body stays nice and steady. And then I inhale, reach my tailbone back. And then I exhale and bring the tailbone forward towards my head. And then I inhale and I reach back. I go 2 more times, same breath pattern. And 1 more time. And then I hold the hip steady in a neutral position, okay? So I'm neither super arched, but then I'm also not totally tucked under, okay? I want to find that natural position where my pelvis feels safe and pain-free. So from here I'm going to go into a sternum drop. So as you can see, the movement is through my chest. I'm not moving my lower back, and I'm not rocking my hip. At least I try not to. Let's go 2 more. 3, 2, and 1, and hold it in neutral position. Now from here, we're gonna pick up the pace with a sternum drop. So I'm just picking up the pace of what I just did. Chest drop and lift. For 4, 3, keep the belly tight, 2, and 1. Good. And hold it center. I inhale, curl my toes under. I exhale, go into my downward facing dog. Now here I'm going to take the time to adjust my band. Because the band is around my calves, it has a tendency to want to roll down. That's okay. I want to make sure I have enough tension on the band, so I take the band apart, take the heels apart, the lower legs apart, and I reach my tailbone back towards the wall behind me. And I take a deep breath and I reach my arms out of the socket, and I exhale. Belly's drawn in. I inhale into my back ribs and the sides of my ribs, and I exhale. I go 2 more times, and exhale. 1 more time, spread the fingers, grab the ground, and exhale. I inhale, I lift my heels, and then I exhale. I press through the second toe, lift the heel, and then come on down. I inhale, lift, and I exhale, lower. I inhale, lift, and I exhale, lower. Now I'm going to keep lifting, pressing through the second toe, as I shift my body forward. So I'm in a plank, but I'm still lifting the heel. So I'm moving through the heel. I'm grabbing the ground. Go 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. I'm going to drop my knees to the ground, and I'm going to stretch my wrists and strengthen my fingers. So, with my finger spread, and I'm grabbing the ground, so you'll see a little bend in my fingers. I'm going to rock forward and back. I rock forward and back. You can either curl your toes or not. And you want to get to your edge. You want to rock forward, feel the stretch through the wrist, and you want to feel the weight on your fingers. Let's go 2 more times. Keeping the shoulder blades down, pulling them down. Behind, from the bra strap behind you and in from your armpits. And then I rock forward and I hold here. Good. From here, my palms are flat. I'm going to go into my first knuckle press. So all I'm doing is lifting my palm without shrugging my shoulders and folding into my index finger. I'll go 2 more on each side. 1, 2, and done. Good. From here, I'm going to turn my fingertips back toward me, palms down. I'm going to grab the ground, and I'm going to shift back to get a nice stretch through my wrist. Now, I want to make sure I'm not hyperextending my elbows, and I also want to make sure that the heel of my hand stays down on the ground. Right? You want to maintain the health of your hands and wrists, especially when you're doing planking and arm balancing and that sort of thing. Okay? Okay. We take another deep breath in and exhale. One more time. And as you exhale, we come on up. Palms go flat, we go back into our downward facing dog. And remember, we maintain that tension on the band. And we reach the tailbone towards the wall behind us. We inhale forward into plank, grabbing the ground. We exhale back into downward facing dog. Spread your toes. We inhale into our plank, and then we exhale. Again, 2 more. Exhale, downward. We inhale. This time we exhale, we come down. We hold it. We inhale into our upward facing dog. Engage the legs, lift the chest, pull the shoulder blades back. And we exhale into downward facing dog. Inhale, sweep the left leg to the side. Exhale, sweep the right leg to the side. We inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Good. Maintain this rhythm of breath as you sweep your feet from side to side. Let's go 4 more. Starting here. 4, 3, 2, 1, and done. From here we go into our tricep press, quarter dog. Inhale, bending. Exhale, press. Inhale, bend. Exhale, press. Inhale, bend. Exhale, press. Hug the elbows in. Inhale, bend. Exhale, press. Let's go 2 more. 1 more time. And we come down into our child's pose. You can reach your arms back if you wish. Take a deep breath in. And exhale. Again, deep breath in. And exhale. 2 more breaths at your own pace. Once you complete your second breath, we come on up. We go back into our downward facing dog. We inhale, high plank. We exhale, low plank. We inhale, upward facing dog. Good. We exhale, downward facing dog. Hold it here. Inhale. Look forward. Exhale. Come up onto high heel toes and walk it forward. Push the ground away as you walk. Keep looking past your fingers. And then we walk it back. Right? Our pipe walk. We're familiar with this exercise. From downward facing dog, we come on up and we walk forward. High heel toe. Keep looking forward. And then we walk back. So this is an active forward fold. Downward facing dog. We do it again. We come on up. We walk.
looking forward. Push the ground away so you can get your legs closer. And then you walk back. Downward facing dog. We go 2 more times. Lift the heels and walk. And then we walk it back. Downward facing dog. And we come on up and we walk. Hold on to the ground. And then we walk it back. Downward facing dog. We inhale into our high plank. Exhale into our low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. Push through the legs. Exhale, downward facing dog. We inhale. And we exhale. We come down onto the knees. We stack the palms directly underneath the shoulders. We inhale. We hover. We're going to step out on one side, then out on the other. Out on one side, and out on the other. Out, and out. Out, and out. Let's go 4 more. 3, keep the shoulder blades down. 2, 1. Now we jack it out and in. Get wider than your mat. Out and in, out, push through the knees, 2. 2 more. Downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in. And exhale. 1 more time. Look forward. Exhale, walk forward. So we take our steps. Keep our belly drawn in. Take our feet apart so we can maintain tension on the band. Take a deep breath in. Make whatever adjustments you need to. And exhale. 1 more time. Deep breath in. And as you exhale, let's bend the knees. And then extend. Again, bend the knees. And then extend. Now if you need your yoga block, bring it in front. Bring the ground to you. You can bend. And extend. You can see what your knees are doing here too. Bend. And extend. Now, as you're doing the bending and extending, if you notice your knees are collapsing inwards, make sure you put tension on the band. 2 more. 1 more time. We hold it low. Drop your bottom. Like you're sitting in a chair because you're going into chair pose. So we bring the arms up. And reach. Use the muscles between your shoulder blades to help you lift your arms up. We take a deep breath in. And we exhale. Again. Inhale. Let's shoot on up. The mountain pose. And then we exhale into chair pose. Inhale, shoot up. The mountain, reach the arms. Exhale, come back down. Keep tension on the band. Inhale. Exhale. Let's go 2 more. One more time. We inhale, palms in namaste. We exhale, forward fold. We hold it here. Breathing. 1 more time. We inhale, high plank. Walk it back. Exhale, low plank. Hug the elbows in. We inhale, upward facing dog. We exhale, downward facing dog. We inhale, left hand reaches for the right ankle. Then we inhale, right arm reaches for the left ankle, then we exhale. Inhale, reach. Exhale. Inhale. Inhale, reach. Exhale. Inhale, reach. Keep reaching the heels back. Inhale, reach. Exhale. One more each side. And we hold it here. We inhale. Exhale, come down onto your knees. You're going to turn the fingertips back. Remember that stretch we did for the wrist? There's rhyme and reason to it, right? Because we're going into our first arm balance. Take a deep breath in, an elbow lever, and exhale. Again, deep breath in. Of course, the bands will stay where they are, and exhale. One more time, inhale. And as you exhale, go ahead and bend your elbows, and you're going to target your elbows toward your hips. Scoop the belly in tight. So we'll practice this one. Scoop the belly in. See, my pelvis is coming forward because I'm pulling my belly in. And I'm trying to make this distance between my ribs and my hips shorter. So I am literally on my hip bone right now. And then I'm going to press up out of it. I know that was hard. Do it again. We inhale. And we exhale. And we plant it. And then we inhale. And exhale. Right? It's a sneaky way of getting you to do push-ups. Again, inhale. Exhale, we come down. Even if you're not able to touch the elbows to the hips, that's okay. Inhale. Exhale, press out of it. I'm going to try one more time. Inhale. Exhale, come down. Plant into the hips. I'm going to shift forward just a little. I'm going to straighten out my legs. I'm going to float my legs, at least try to, off the ground. Yes, sometimes your nose will touch down, that's okay. Band is on. And then I drop. And I press up out of it. And then I go into my child's pose. Reach my arms forward. Take a deep breath in. And exhale. Again, deep breath in. And exhale. One more time. And exhale. I inhale. I'm going to sweep my legs to aside and bring my legs out in front. Readjust your band if you need to. Because like I said, because I have it at my calves, they tend to slide away, but you can always bring the band up to above your knees. So we go to tabletop. I inhale, exhale, and curl up, pulling my shoulder blades back. And then I come back down. I do it again. I come on up. And I come back down. I'll do it one more time. I come on up. And I hold it here. And then I step out. Right? A lot of inner and outer thigh work today. Good. Lots of work through the upper body as well. We go 4 more. 3 more. Now we're going to add some speed. 2 more. 1 more. Then we go to a jack. Keeping tension on the band. 4 more. 3 more. I count slow. 2 more. 1 more. And I come on down. Reach my hips back. Reach my arms up. And then I exhale and I fold forward. Reaching my butt bones back. Lifting my chest, pushing my chest forward as I curl my toes toward my nose. Now, my hands can rest on my shins, my ankles, the tops of my feet, whatever. Okay, I can hold on to the back of my thighs if I can't quite reach my toes. That's okay. Push the chest forward. Take a deep breath in. And exhale. Belly's drawn in. Inhale. And exhale, reach to the crown of the head. 1 more time. And then exhale. And then I release. I'm going to turn to my side. I'm going to line myself up with the back edge of my mat.
can tuck it underneath my head, and my legs, they're stacked and they're even, okay? There is no tension on my band at the moment. Now, I just want to check, go through like a full body check. So my shoulders rested on the back edge of my mat, my hip bone is on the edge of my mat, my heel bone is on the edge of my mat. So I'm in a nice straight line, so I know where I'm at. So from here, I'm going to inhale, and as I exhale, I pull my belly and I'm going to reset just like I did when I was on my back. Now, I have a space under my waistline, right at my waistband. I want to keep that space no matter what I'm doing. My top palm rests in front, and I'm going to pull both shoulders down. From here, top leg is going to lift. So the bottom foot, I'm going to flex it, my top leg, my toes I'm going to point, and I'm going to lift against the band. Trying my best not to collapse into the waistline. So I want to preserve that space, that little arch. 15 more seconds. Five seconds. Hang in there with me. Now the top leg, hold it up. Bottom leg comes up to meet it, and it comes back down. Good. Now try to get the heels to touch. Try to keep the heels even. Remember, no collapsing. Good. Try to keep that top leg where it's at. Bring the bottom leg to it. We've got 10 more seconds. So this was a 45-second lift. 2 more. 1 more. Excellent job. Roll over onto your belly. We go to cactus arm before we go to the other side. So my forehead is rested on the mat. My arms are wide. I put tension on the band. My legs aren't going anywhere. My pubic bone rested on the ground. My inner thighs, I'm drawing them in towards each other. I'm drawing them in right under my panty line. So I'm basically working through my hamstring and my inner thighs. And my arms in cactus, but they're going to be wide. I don't want to put any pressure. I don't want to be tempted to press into my arms in order to lift into my back extension. So I've got a little tension on the band. I'm drawing the upper inner thighs towards each other so much without squeezing my bottom that it feels like my hamstrings are rotating to face each other. Okay? So from here I inhale, I nod my chin, which would put me on the tip of my nose. I pull my armpits down, away from my ears. And then I inhale. And then as I exhale, I start to reach the crown of my head forward. I keep reaching and reaching and reaching. It feels like I'm pulling myself forward, reaching so much that my head starts to float up off of the ground. Notice I'm not folding at my neck. I'm not trying to crank my head up. And then I inhale, and I start to reach my chest towards the front edge of my mat. That's my goal, to reach my chest. Now I'm going to try to get my chest to climb up the wall. I'm active through my legs are reaching. Got tension on the band. My pubic bone is pressing down, so my bottom is squeezing. And I'm lifting my chest. And then I come back down. You should feel that between your shoulder blades, towards the bottom of your shoulder blades. Not at your lower back, not in your neck, not in your shoulders, not in your forearms, not in your wrists, not in your hands. We do it again. A nice swan prep. So it's the beginning of a cobra. So I'm going to stand at the tip of my nose. I'm going to then inhale and start to reach the crown of my head. Feeling the extension, the lengthening happening through the spine, creating space between the vertebrae. Pulling the armpits down. And then now, as I continue to lift, I'm reaching my chest towards the edge of my neck. My head is still in the same position. And then I'm gonna start to climb the chest up the wall. Feeling the nice stretch through the front part of my hip. Legs are long, active through the legs, and then I come back down. I'll do that one more time. I open up the arms, pull through the armpits, reach to the crown of the head, stand on the tip of my nose on my inhale, belly's drawn in. And I am squeezing my underbutt, right? Trying to activate this part right up underneath my bottom, where my panty line is, and the top of my hamstring and my inner thighs. Get them to all work together to help support me in this position. The front of my pubic bone pressing into the ground. And so as I reach the crown of the head on my exhale, my head begins to float. Then I inhale and I start to reach my chest forward. You pulling the shoulder blades down from the armpits and the back of your bra strap. And now I start to reach my chest forward, like I want to climb up the wall. And I come back down. I inhale and exhale one more time. And then I exhale, I lengthen my right arm because I'm going to turn my back to you to do the other side. So I line myself up with my mat. My legs are lined up. My bottom foot is curling towards my head. My top foot, I'm pointing my toes. And I want to make sure that both hips are leveled. And I should have a little space under my ribcage. And the way that I know this is that my heels are touching. And they're even. Okay. So from here, my top palm is in front. And I'm pulling this arm, pulling through the armpit, pulling it down. You can go straight arm or you can tuck the bottom arm under your head. So from here, I'm going to lift and lift and lift. Each time I want to touch my heel to my bottom heel, my top heel to my bottom heel, so that I know that my hips are leveled and one leg's not getting longer than the other. I lift, and I lift, I lift, and lift. We got 15 seconds left. So get ready to hold it up. 5 seconds. And then hold it up. Remember, no collapsing. We're going to lift. And lift. Lift. And lift. Lift. Try to keep that top leg lifted. Remember, we're here for 45 seconds. We've got 30 seconds left. Lift. And lift. Lift. And lift. Keep tension on the band. This is not easy. Working for your obliques. You got 15 seconds. Try to keep that top leg lifted. Bring that lower leg up to meet that top leg. 5 seconds left. One more. And lower. Ooh-wee, I felt that one. Come back up. Into child's pose once again. Take a deep breath in and exhale. Deep breath in and exhale. We go into our cobra wave. So from this position, I reach my arms super long, opening up the armpits. I inhale, I glide my nose an inch or two off of the ground. And I stay as close to the ground as I can. As my chest starts to come down between my thumbs, my chest is not touching the ground, I'm going to cobra up. And I'm going to bend my knees. I'm going to sit back again. And I do it again. I float my head on my inhale. I exhale, and I'm so close to the ground that my nose is practically dragging. Belly's nice and tight as my chest comes close and between my thumbs. I start to lift up, press into the tops of my feet, open up the chest into my cobra. I'll do it one more time to finish us off with our workout. I inhale, and then I start to glide on my exhale. Gliding, grabbing the ground. And I lift up. I inhale, and as I exhale, curl the toes under, and go into my downward facing dog. I inhale, and exhale. 2 more times. And exhale. 1 more time. And as I exhale, I lift my heels, I walk forward. Plant my heels, grab hold of my elbows, my legs are wide because I have tension on my band, and I'm going to sway from side to side for my ragdoll. I'm going to bend my knees a little bit. I'm going to sway from side to side. Take a deep breath in, and exhale. Again, deep breath in, and exhale. 1 more time, and then exhale. I release. I bend my knees, I inhale, and then I exhale to stand. I hope you enjoyed this workout. It's just a nice flow with a little bit of arm balancing, some arm balancing prep for your wrist and your fingers, your shoulders, a lot of shoulder opening, chest opening, and a lot of engagement through the upper back, which is really important. Lots of inner and outer thigh work. So I hope you enjoyed it as much as I do, and I look forward to seeing you soon.